No, to heck with it. I'll just go live. Hi, everybody. I was trying to find some music to start us off with, and it's going to be just another minute. I did put on my pajamas, and it's a little bright, so it's a bedtime story, right? But all right. Hello. Also, I have realized that doing this live is fun and good, and I like it, but I'm going to have to redo the whole thing. I will be reading Winnie-the-Pooh from beginning to end in video format instead of live format, but I'm going to finish doing it this way first. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Margie. Hi, Lucky Ducky. And hi, anyone else who's out there. Whoa. I'm using my old device also. Let's see what I can do here. It's kind of low. Hang on a sec. I got my pajamas on. Jeez, don't I have anything else around here? I guess not. Let's see if this helps. So I'm using my old device, so I don't know how well it's going to work, but that's a little better. All right. Hi. Hi, Rosie. Hi, you guys. So yeah, I'm going to redo this whole thing again, but for now, I'm going to finish how I started it. And hopefully my device holds up, because this is my old one that likes to start sounding like an airplane. And oh, here we go. Let me get my thing up there. Hold on. Because once I start reading, there we go. Hi, Yashika. Hello. Kushwaha Official. Hello. Thanks for coming. So I'm just going to get started because I am tired. And I tried to make sure nobody else was on. I know I started later than I said I was going to start. I hope you don't delete the old videos. No, I'm not going to delete anything. I'm not going to delete anything, but for people, I don't want to get into it and explain how it works, but it's best if I also go ahead and just do a video and read the whole thing all the way through yeah. A lot of people don't want to hear all this commentary. So, on that note, we are on chapter 6 of Winnie-the-Pooh. And I'm going to read one chapter, see how I feel. Then I might add another chapter, see how I feel. So that's what we'll do. All right, here we go, folks. Hi, Nightmare. Chapter 6 hype. And it's so funny. The heat turns on every time I go live. I don't understand it. Okay. Oh, I'm missing something very important. Hang on. I'm missing something very important. Oh my gosh. James, I knew this would happen. Come on, hurry up. Oh my goodness. No. Ah, geez. He's been very vocal today. All right, here we go. Did I have the ring light on last time? Oh my gosh, this isn't going to stay. We might have a catastrophe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, so here we go. It's spring in Cali. I don't know, Margie. It's not up to me. I do not know. Come on, get cozy, James. Get cozy. Here you go, Pooh. I have to move the orb. All right. All right, here we go, folks. Chapter 6. In which Eeyore has a birthday and gets 2 presents. There's Eeyore. I'm very nervous about this setup. All right. Oh, that's right. I'm calling this practice. We'll call this is the rehearsal. Eeyore, the old gray donkey, stood by the side of the stream and looked at himself in the water. Pathetic, he said. That's what it is. Pathetic. He turned and walked slowly down the stream for 20 yards, splashed across it, and walked slowly back on the other side. Then he looked at himself in the water again. As I thought, he said, no better from this side. But nobody minds. Nobody cares. Pathetic, that's what it is. There was a crackling noise in the bracken behind him, and out came Pooh. Good morning, Eeyore, said Pooh. Good morning, Pooh Bear, said Eeyore gloomily. If it is a good morning, he said, which I doubt, said he. Why, what's the matter? Asked Pooh. Nothing. Pooh Bear, nothing. We can't all, and some of us don't. That's all there is to it. Nothing, Pooh Bear, nothing. We can't all, and some of us don't. That's all there is to it. That was an odd sentence. We can't all, and some of us don't. Opposite of nothing? Maybe it's opposite of nothing. Oh, Pooh Bear is also confused, like me. Can't all? What? Said Pooh, rubbing his nose. Gaiety, song and dance. Here we go round the mulberry bush. Oh, said Pooh. And he thought for a long time and then asked, what mulberry bush is that? Bonhomie, went on Eeyore gloomily. French word meaning bonhomie, he explained. I'm not complaining, but there it is. Pooh sat down on a large stone and tried to think this out. It sounded to him like a riddle. And he was never much good at riddles, being a bear of little brain. So he sang Cottleston Pie instead. Cottleston, Cottleston, Cottleston Pie. A fly can't bird, but a bird can fly. Ask me a riddle and I reply. Cottleston, Cottleston, Cottleston Pie. That was the first verse. When he had finished it, Eeyore didn't actually say that he didn't like it. So Pooh very kindly sang the second verse. Coddleston, Coddleston, Coddleston pie. A fish can't whistle and neither can I. Ask me a riddle and I reply, Coddleston, Coddleston, Coddleston pie. Eeyore still said nothing. So Pooh hummed the third verse quietly to himself. Coddleston, Coddleston, Coddleston pie. Why does a chicken? I don't know why. Ask me a riddle and I reply, Coddleston, Coddleston, Coddleston pie. That's right, said Eeyore. Sing. Titty dumpty doo. Here we go gathering nuts in May. Enjoy yourself. I am, said Pooh. Some can, said Eeyore. Why, what's the matter, Eeyore? Said Pooh. Is anything the matter? You seem so sad, Eeyore. Sad? Why should I be sad? It's my birthday, the happiest day of the year. Your birthday, said Pooh in great surprise. Of course it is. Can't you see? Look at all the presents I have had. He waved a foot from side to side. Look at the birthday cake. Candles and pink sugar. Pooh looked, first to the right and then to the left. Presents, said Pooh. Birthday cake, said Pooh. Where? Can't you see them? Asked Eeyore. No, said Pooh. Neither can I, said Eeyore. Joke, he explained. Ha ha. Pooh scratched his head, being a little puzzled by all this. But is it really your birthday? He asked. It is. Oh, well, many happy returns of the day, Eeyore. And many happy returns to you, Pooh Bear. But it isn't my birthday. No, it's mine. But you said many happy returns. Well, why not? You don't always want to be miserable on my birthday, do you? Oh, I see, said Pooh. It's bad enough, said Eeyore, almost breaking down. It's almost bad enough being miserable myself. What, with no presents and no cake and no candles and no proper notice taken of me at all. But if everybody else is going to be miserable too, this was too much for Pooh. Stay there, he called to Eeyore, as he turned and hurried back home as quick as he could, for he felt that he must get poor Eeyore a present of some sort at once, and he could always think of a proper one afterwards. Outside his house, he found Piglet, jumping up and down, trying to reach the knocker. Hello, Piglet, he said. Hello, Pooh, said Piglet. What are you trying to do? I was trying to reach the knocker, said Piglet. I just came round. Let me do it for you, said Pooh kindly. So he reached up and knocked at the door. I have just seen Eeyore, he began, and poor Eeyore is in a very sad condition because it's his birthday, and nobody has taken any notice of it at all. And he's very gloomy. You know what Eeyore is. And there he was. And what a long time whoever lives here is answering the door. And he knocked again. But Pooh, said Piglet, it's your own house. Oh, said Pooh, so it is. Well, let's go in. So in they went. The first thing Pooh did was to go up to the cupboard to see if he had quite a small jar of honey left. And he had. so he took it down. I'm giving this to Eeyore, he explained, as a present. What are you going to give him? Couldn't I give it too? Asked Piglet. From both of us? No, said Pooh, that would not be a good plan. All right, then, I'll give him a balloon. I've got one left from my party. I'll go and get it now, shall I? That, Piglet, is a very good idea. It is just what Eeyore wants to cheer him up. Nobody can be uncheered with a balloon. So off Piglet trotted, and in the other direction went Pooh with his jar of honey. It was a warm day, and he had a long way to go. He hadn't gone for more than halfway when a sort of funny feeling began to creep all over him. It began at the tip of his nose and trickled all through him and out at the soles of his feet. It was just as if somebody inside him were saying, "Now then, Pooh, isn't it time for a little something?" "Oh dear," said Pooh. I didn't know it was as late as that. So he sat down and took the top off his jar of honey. Lucky I brought this with me, he thought. Many a bear going out on a warm day like this would never have thought of bringing a little something with him, and he began to eat. Hi, Sheena. Now let me see, he thought, as he took his last lick of the inside of the jar. Where was I going? Ah, yes, Eeyore. He got up slowly, and then suddenly he remembered he had eaten Eeyore's birthday present. Oh, bother, said Pooh. What shall I do? I must give him something. For a little while he couldn't think of anything. Then he thought, well, it's a very nice pot, even if there's no honey in it. And if I washed it clean and got somebody to write happy birthday on it, Eeyore could keep things in it, which might be useful. So as he was just passing the 100-acre wood, he went inside to call on Owl, who lived there. Good morning, Owl, he said. Good morning, Pooh, said Owl. Many happy returns of Eeyore's birthday, said Pooh. Oh, is that what it is? What are you giving him, Owl? What are you giving him, Pooh? I'm sweating. I'm giving him a useful pot to keep things in. And I wanted to ask you, is that it? Said Owl, taking it out of Pooh's paw. Yes, and I wanted to ask you, somebody has been keeping honey in it, said Owl. You can keep anything in it, said Pooh earnestly. It's very useful like that. And I wanted to ask you, you ought to write happy birthday on it, said Owl. That was what I wanted to ask you, said Pooh, because my spelling is wobbly. It's good spelling, but it wobbles, and the letters get in the wrong places. Would you write a happy birthday on it for me? It's a nice pot, said Owl, looking at it all around. Couldn't I give it too? From both of us? No, said Pooh. There's something on my lip. I think it was a piece of lemon pulp. Where was I? No, said Pooh, that would not be a good plan. Now I'll just wash it first, and then you can write on it. Well, he washed the pot out and dried it, while Owl licked the end of his pencil and wondered how to spell birthday. Can you read, Pooh? He asked a little anxiously. There's a notice about knocking and ringing outside my door, which Christopher Robin wrote. Could you go read it? Christopher Robin told me what it said. Well, I'll tell you what this says, and then you'll be able to. So Al wrote, some of this is confusing. Could you read it? Christopher Robin told me what it said, and then I could read it. Well, I'll tell you what this says, and then you'll be able to read this. That's what he's saying. So Al wrote, and this is what he wrote. Pooh looked on admiringly. I'm just saying a happy birthday, said Al carelessly. It's a nice long one, said Pooh, very much impressed by it. Well, actually, of course, I'm saying a happy birthday with love from Pooh. Naturally, it takes a good deal of pencil to write a long thing like that. Oh, I see, said Pooh. Well, all this was happening. Piglet had gone back to his own house to get Eeyore's balloon. He held it very tightly against himself so that it shouldn't pop or blow away. And he ran as fast as he could so as to get to Eeyore before Pooh did, for he thought that he would like to be the first one to give a present, just as he had thought of it without being told by anybody. And running along and thinking how pleased Eeyore would be, he didn't look where he was going, and suddenly he put his foot in a rabbit hole and fell flat on his face. Bang! Piglet lay there wondering what had happened. At first he thought that the whole world had blown up, and then he thought that perhaps only the forest part of it had blown up, and then he thought that perhaps only he had blown up. And he was now alone on the moon or somewhere like that and would never see Christopher Robin or Pooh or Eeyore again. And then he thought, well, even if I'm on the moon, I needn't be face downwards all the time. So he got cautiously up and looked about him. He was still in the forest. Well, that's funny, he thought. I wonder what that bang was. I couldn't have made such a noise just falling down. And where's my balloon? And what's that small piece of damp rag doing? Oh, it was the balloon. Oh dear, said Piglet. Oh dearie, dearie, dear. Well, it's too late now. I can't go back, and I haven't another balloon, and perhaps Eeyore doesn't like balloons so very much anyway. So he trotted on rather sadly now, and down he came to the side of the stream where Eeyore was and called out to him. Good morning, Eeyore, shouted Piglet. Good morning, Piglet, said Eeyore. If it is a good morning, he said, which I doubt, said he. Not that it matters, he said. Many happy returns of the day, said Piglet, now getting closer. Eeyore stopped looking at himself in the stream and turned to stare at Piglet. Just say that again, he said. Wait a minute. Balancing on 3 legs, he began to bring his 4th leg very cautiously up to his ear. I did this yesterday, he explained as he fell down for the 3rd time. It's quite easy. It's so I can hear better. There, that's done. Now then, what were you saying? He pushed his ear forward with his hoof. Some of this is hard to understand what's going on. I guess he has a hard time hearing because he's a donkey with his ears. I don't know what's going on. Many happy returns of the day, said Piglet. Meaning me? Asked Eeyore. Of course, Eeyore. My birthday? Yes. Me having a real birthday? Yes, Eeyore, and I've brought you a present. Eeyore took down his right hoof from his right ear, turned around, and with great difficulty put up his left hoof. I must have I must have that in the other ear, he said. Now then. A present, said Piglet very loudly. Meaning me again? Yes. My birthday still? Of course, Eeyore. Me going and on and having a real birthday? Yes, Eeyore, and I have brought you a balloon. A balloon, said Eeyore. Did you say balloon? One of those big colored things you blow up? Gaiety, song, and dance, here we are, and there you are. Yes, but I'm afraid, and I'm very sorry, Eeyore, but when I was running along to bring it to you, I fell down. Dear, dear, how unlucky. You ran too fast, I expect. You didn't hurt yourself, little piglet. No, but, oh, Eeyore, I burst the balloon. There was a very long silence. My balloon? Eeyore asked at last. Piglet nodded. My birthday balloon? Yes, Eeyore, said Piglet, sniffing a little. Here it is, with many happy returns of the day. And he gave Eeyore the small piece of damp rag. Is this it? Said Eeyore, a little surprised. Piglet nodded. My present? Piglet nodded again. This balloon? Yes. Thank you, Piglet, said Eeyore. You don't mind my asking, he went on, but what color was this balloon when it was a balloon? Red, said Piglet. I just wondered. Red, he murmured to himself. My favorite color. How big was it? About as big as me, said Piglet. I just wondered. About as big as Piglet, he said to himself sadly. My favorite size. Well, well. Piglet felt very miserable now and didn't know what to say. He was still opening his mouth to begin something, and then, deciding that it wasn't any good saying that, when he heard a shout from the other side of the river, there was Pooh. Pooh? Many happy returns of the day, Pooh called out, forgetting that he had said it already. Many happy returns of the day. Thank you, Pooh. I'm having them, said Eeyore gloomily. I've brought you a little present, said Pooh excitedly. I've had it, said Eeyore. Pooh had now squashed, I'm sorry, Pooh had now splashed across the stream to Eeyore, and Piglet was sitting a little way off, his head in his paws, snuffling to himself. It's a useful pot, said Pooh. Here it is, and it's got a very happy birthday with love from Pooh written on it. That's what all this writing is, and it's for putting things in. There. When Eeyore saw the pot, he became quite excited. Why, he said, I believe my balloon will go just into that pot. Oh, no, Eeyore, said Pooh. Balloons are much too big to go into pots. What you do with a balloon is you hold the balloon. Not mine, said Eeyore proudly. Look, Piglet. And as Piglet looked sorrowfully up and round, Eeyore picked the balloon up with his teeth and placed it carefully in the pot, picked it out and put it on the ground, and then picked it up again and put it carefully back. So it does, said Pooh. It goes in. So it does, said Piglet, and it comes out. Doesn't it, said Eeyore. It goes in and out like anything. I'm very glad, said Pooh happily, that I thought of giving you a useful pot to put things in. And I'm very glad, said Piglet happily, that I thought of giving you something to put in a useful pot. You're sliding. And didn't I give him anything? Asked Christopher Robin sadly. Of course you did, I said. You gave him, don't you remember? A little. I gave him a box of paints to paint things with. That was it. Why didn't I give it to him in the morning? You were so busy getting his party ready for him. He had a cake with icing on the top and 3 candles and his name in pink sugar. And yes, I remember, said Christopher Robin. And next time we'll read chapter 7. Please leave a comment afterwards. Please like, please subscribe. I'm going to have to do one chapter at a time. And I'm going to do one chapter at a time. And then I'm going to read the whole thing all together so it makes more sense. But anyway, thank you for listening. Have a wonderful night. Bye, everybody.